Hello everyone. Today in this module we are going to talk about global environmental change. Global environmental change includes changes in the physical and biogeochemical environment either caused naturally or influenced by human activities such as deforestation, fossil fuel consumption, urbanization, land reclamation, agricultural intensification, freshwater extraction, fisheries, overexploitation and waste production. The learning objectives of this module are: Introduction to global climatic change, causes of climate change, impacts of climate change, and institutes working on climate change modeling. The effect of global climate change already observed on the environment. Glaciers have shrunk, ice on rivers and lakes is breaking up easily, and earlier ranges of plant and animals have shifted and the phenology of trees have altered like early flowering. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC, which includes more than 1,300 scientists from the US and other countries, forecast a temperature rise of 2.5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit over the next century. The IPCC predicts that increase in global mean temperature of less than 1.8 to 5.4 degree Fahrenheit, that is 1 to 3 degrees Celsius above 1990 levels will produce beneficial impacts in some regions and harmful effects on others. Net annual cost will increase over time as global temperature increases. Example of climate change in Asia is freshwater availability projected to decrease in Central, South, East and Southwest Asia by the 2050s. Key environmental issues and challenges in the context of global environmental change. On land, the politically oriented issues or challenges. Half of the proportion of people whose income is less than $1 and who suffer from hunger, significant improvement in the lives of at least 100 million slum dwellers in cities, implementation of UNCCD, technology transfer, notability energy technology. Then the other freshwater or marine politically oriented issues are half the proportion of people without access to safe drinking water and sanitation, significant improvement in the lives of at least 100 million slum dwellers in cities, technology transfer, notably the pollution control and cleaning production technologies, implementation of GPA, regional seas programs, UN Convention on the Law of the Sea as related to atmosphere, ozone protection, climate change, air pollution and health, implementation of UNFCCC and Kyoto Protocol, technology transfer, notably energy and pollution control technologies. Then in the biodiversity area, we will see the challenges like significant reduction in current rate of biodiversity loss, implementation of relevant treaties, world heritage, genetic resources, benefit sharing, IPR technology, biosafety, implementation of proposals for action of intergovernmental panel or forum on forest like IPF or IFF. Causes of climate change. Both natural and human factors change Earth's climate. Since the industrial era began, humans have been an increasing effect on climate, particularly by adding billions of tons of heat trapping greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. Most of the observed warming since the mid 20th century is due to human caused green gases emission, that is GHGs, as indicated in the figure. In the slide we can see the human effect and natural force on climate change. The most important GHGs, that is the greenhouse gases directly emitted by humans, includes carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide and several others. Carbon dioxide is the primary greenhouse gas that is contributing to recent climate change. CO2 is observed and emitted naturally as part of the carbon cycle through animal and plant respiration, volcanic eruptions and ocean atmosphere change. Human activities such as the burning of fuel and changes in land use release large amounts of carbon to the atmosphere, causing carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere to rise. Human activities currently release over 30 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every year. Methane, it is produced through both natural and human activities. For example, natural wetlands, agricultural activities and fossil fuel extraction and transport all emit methane. Due to human activities, methane concentrations increased sharply during most of the 20th century and now more than 2.5 times pre-industrial levels. In recent decades, the rate of increase has slowed considerably. The next gas is nitrous oxide, which is produced through natural and human activities, mainly through agricultural activities and natural biological processes. Fuel burning and some other processes also create nitrous oxide. Concentrations of nitrous oxide have risen approximately 18% since the start of the Industrial Revolution, with a relatively rapid increase towards the end of 20th century. The other greenhouse gases are tropospheric ozone, that is O3, which also has a short atmospheric lifetime, is a potent greenhouse gas. Chemical reactions create ozone from emissions of nitrous oxides and volatile organic compounds from automobiles, power plants and other industrial and commercial sources in the presence of sunlight. Chlorofluorocarbons, that is CFCs, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, that is HCFCs, hydrofluorocarbons, that is HFCs and perfluorocarbons, that is PFCs, and sulfur hexafluoride, that is SF6, together are called F gases, are often used in coolants, foaming agents, fire extinguishers, solvents, pesticides and aerosol propellants. Unlike water vapor and ozone, these F gases have a long atmospheric lifetime and some of these emissions will affect the climate for many decades or centuries. Impacts of climate change. The rising global average temperature is associated with widespread changes in weather patterns. Scientific studies indicate that extreme weather events such as heat waves and large storms are likely to become more frequent or more intense with human induced climate change. Weather is the state of the atmosphere at any given time and place. Tropical cyclone activity, tropical storm activity in the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico has increased during the past 20 years. Increased storm intensity is closely related to variations in sea surface temperature in the tropical Atlantic. In the oceans covering about 70% of the Earth's surface, the world's oceans have a two-way relationship with weather and climate. The ocean influence the weather on local to global scales, while changes in climate can fundamentally alter many properties of the ocean. Higher sea surface temperature and ocean acidification would increase the risk of coral bleaching, events that can lead to a loss of critical habitat. A more acidic ocean would adversely affect the health of many marine species, including planktons, mollusks and other shellfish. In particular, corals can be very sensitive to rise in acidity, as it is difficult for them to create and maintain the skeleton structure needed for their support and protection. The impact of climate change on snow and ice. Climate conditions can have worldwide implications because snow and ice influence air temperature, sea level, ocean currents and storm patterns. For example, melting ice sheets on Greenland and Antarctica add fresh water to the ocean, increasing sea level and possibly changes ocean circulation that is driven by differences in temperature and salinity. Effect on glaciers. The glaciers in the United States and around the world have generally shrunk since 1960s, and the rate at which glaciers are melting has accelerated over the last decade. The loss of ice from glaciers has contributed to the observed rise in sea level. Effect on ecosystems. Ecosystems provide humans with food, clean water and a variety of other services that can be affected by climate change. Changes in the Earth's climate can affect ecosystems by altering the water cycles, habitats and animal behavior such as nesting and migration patterns, and the timing of natural processes such as flower blooms. Changes that disrupt the functioning of ecosystem may increase the risk of harm or even the extinction of some species. Climate changes directly or indirectly affect the growth and productivity of forests. Directly due to changes in atmospheric carbon dioxide and climate, and indirectly through complex interactions in forest ecosystems. Climate also affects the frequency and severity of many forest disturbances. The productivity of forest could be affected by changes in temperature, precipitation and the amount of carbon dioxide in the air. Water resources are important to both society and ecosystems. In some areas, water shortage will be less of a problem than increase in runoff, flooding or sea level rise. These effects can reduce the quality of water and can damage the infrastructure that we use to transport and deliver water. Sensitivity of agro-ecosystems to climate change. The agricultural sector is critical to social and economic process, particularly with regard to the eradication of hunger and poverty, the creation of employment and livelihood earning opportunities, and the generation of trade and foreign exchange earnings. Agriculture is also at the core of environmental concern over the management of natural resources, land degradation, water scarcity, deforestation and the threat to diversity. Temperature, solar radiations, water and atmospheric carbon dioxide concentrations are the climate and atmospheric variables of importance to plant productivity. An increase of atmospheric carbon dioxide level leads to increase in crop productivity. Human health. Change in world climate would influence the functioning of many ecosystems and the biological health of plants and creatures. Likewise, there would be health impacts on human populations, some of which would be beneficial too. In the slide, we can see how part of this complex of interacting large scale environmental changes impinge on human health. Many of the pathways would be of course be modulated by cultural and technological characteristics of human society. That is, local populations vary in their vulnerability to these potential impact. In the slide, we can see an interrelationship between major types of global environmental change, including climate change. This slide illustrates the approximate chronological succession of environmental hazards as societies undergo economic growth and consequent increase in the scale of human activities and environmental impact. Historically, on a local scale, category A hazards have predominated. In the early years of this industrial revolution in Europe, much of the environmental hazard was at household and neighborhood level. In the middle decades of the 20th century, developed countries began to reduce the level of category B hazards, often via environmental legislations such as the Clean Air Acts of European and North American countries. Today, category C hazards are increasing, reflecting the great pressure that human societies collectively exert on the biogeophysical systems of this planet. Carbon dioxide emission is an important example of a category C hazard. Emission rates increased around 12-fold during the 20th century as worldwide industrialization proceeded and land use pattern changed at an accelerating rate. In this slide, we will be talking about the institutes working on climate change modeling. On May 9, 1992, the world's government adopted the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. In doing so, they took the first step in addressing one of the most urgent environmental problems facing mankind. 5 years later, on 11th December 1997, government took a further step forward and adopted the landmark Kyoto Protocol. Building on the framework of the convention, the Kyoto Protocol broke new ground with its legally binding constraints on greenhouse gas emissions, an innovative mechanism aimed at cutting the cost of curbing emissions. Today, 192 countries are parties to the convention, more than most of any environmental treaty, and the entry into force of Kyoto Protocol is expected soon. IPCC, that is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, is the leading international body for the assessment of climate change. Next is the Hadley Center for Climate Prediction and Research, the volunteer commuting project, that is climateprediction.net, is a research team based on the University of Oxford conducting research into global climate change using adapted versions of the climate models developed at the Hadley Center. Next is Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, that is CSIRO. The CSIRO Climate Change Research Program is Australia's largest and most comprehensive program investigating the greenhouse effect and global climate change. Then is the Canadian Centre for Climate Modelling and Analysis. Then is the National Centre for Atmospheric Research, NCAR. The National Centre for Atmospheric Research mission is to understand the behavior of the atmosphere and related physical, biological and social systems to support, enhance and extend the capabilities of the university community and the broader scientific community nationally and internationally, and to foster transfer of knowledge and technology for the betterment of life on earth. To summarize this module, we can say that global environmental change is a complex dynamic system between various environmental elements brought about due to anthropogenic interventions. Understanding the processes of global environmental change requires a synthesis of the knowledge of each thematic component and the definition and assessment of their interlinkages. Climate change is a part of the phenomenon and has its impact on different ecosystems at varying degree. Thank you.